truly in the land of the red kites. The red kites generally tend to be around between here and an area over there, which is Crimple. This is Forrest Lane. Forrest Lane Head is at the end of that road there. And so down there is where we would head towards Crimple if we're following to the ends of the earth, and I want to finish that today. Apologies for the wind, it is a bit cloudy but it looks like it'll hold, because if we go down here we always turn right and we head in that direction, but if we turn left then we find that there is something called the Moorland centre, which is basically a nursery, and before we get there there is a pathway, and it's on this side of the road and it's heading in that direction, and so that's what I want to do today. I don't know where that goes, how far it goes, where it comes out, if it even comes back here at all, but we'll have a little look today. So here we are at the start of the elusive path. Now let me explain. Basically over there you've got the Moorland nursery, and to the ends of the earth we've been out this far along there to Calcut, and probably beyond that sort of hedge a long way over there is the world beyond. But we come back via Forest Moor, which is behind these trees here, and we come out onto Forest Lane, which is over there, and then when we get up to this junction, instead of coming down here we walk the other way and then head out across there. So this bit is sort of between Calcut and the world beyond on one side and Crimple on the other. Now a long way out in that direction is something known as Plumpton Rocks. In this To the Ends of the Earth series it's sort of been a little bit of a myth. Will we be able to include Plumpton Rocks? Will we be able to get that far out as part of the sort of round journey? Now, I don't know. I have a feeling that at the end of this trail, wherever it leads, we will have to sort of turn around and come back, because if this was part of the system that joins up round near places over that way, then we would have seen the alternate route, you know, here. So I think this is a down to something and then a back and a continuation of the actual circuit. I think it's an addition to the circuit. I don't think it's an extension of the actual round itself. It is labelled the ringways, but as you know, the whole circuit that I've devised is only based on that. It's not actually that, so I don't really know. I don't know where this is going, where this leads, or where it comes out. But I've got maybe about 2.5 hours spare to find out today, so long as the weather holds out. The wind here has dropped some, which is good, so I'm just going to make my way along and see. We have come to a fork in the road. It appears the farm road goes that way and round, and it's heading in the direction over there, which has to be rather close to heading off back towards Knaresborough. I don't think that's the direction we want to go. I still think we want to be heading sort of straight out. Now, it's funny because the sign here, this picket, which obviously hasn't been started, which hasn't been trodden over in ages, is pointing in that direction. Without actually going around there, it's difficult to see where exactly that means. Does it mean down there? Does it mean sort of down there? Or is it a sign here that's supposed to mean back there? It's difficult to see. By the way, this oak here seems to be rather old, and I don't know if that's a plaque on the side that's to do with old trees, or... No, it's not, it's just a sign. So I don't know. From this angle it's more easy to see that this track leads up and around there and then down into the next field and doesn't go anywhere. Whereas this looks like it's come over and it looks like there is a worn track in that direction. That's where I've decided I'm going to go. My gamble paid off, look. Now this just shows several things. It shows that this particular part of the route, particularly if it's the ringways, it's not used very much, because this is, as you would expect it to be, in dormancy. Now imagine what this looks like in midsummer. This would be impassable unless you were able to walk on the field. You just wouldn't be able to walk down that stretch there at all. Perhaps if I get round here you can see a little bit better just how, you know, tall. That's sort of almost up to your waist there, and there's absolutely no doubt with this sign that this is the right place. My issue with this is I wonder if well, this signpost has annoyed me slightly because I know it's very beaten, but you can just about make out Wetherby Road. Now Wetherby Road would be where we would come out if we followed just the normal route of To the Ends of the Earth, because we would go through Panhandle, past Stonefall, and we would come out on to Wetherby Road opposite Sainsbury's near Fodders, and that's the route down into Crimple Valley. I have a horrible feeling that this is just going to take me out onto Wetherby Road a little bit further along than Stonefall and then direct me back in that direction, which would of course meet with Fodders but coming in the other direction. And if that's the case, then wow, what an amazing waste of time this has been, because that doesn't bring us anywhere near Plumpton, and it's in fact a longer route around, and I don't think a very nice route particularly, than the route that I've already devised. I think I shall have my answer very shortly when I get to the bottom of here, so we'll see what happens. So I've walked through what I'm going to call Haystack Farm. Haystack Farm seems to be a working farm. There's quite a lot of people about on it, and the ringways runs directly through it, much to the chagrin, no doubt, of the people that work there. It's bizarre because these are the first people who complain about giving up the land, about the disturbance caused by dog walkers, by, you know, dog poo that kills cattle or makes them give birth to stillborn piggies and stuff like that, and yet they go out of their way not to actually bother to put signposts up so that walkers can see what is the public right of way and what is their own private land. And it would help greatly. I've been able to discern my way out, thankfully, and that's where I'm coming to now. The reason I call it Haystack Farm, when it does seem to actually be cattle mostly, there's sheeps around. Oops, there's a car. As I was saying, the reason I'm calling it Haystack Farm is probably because of the time of year. They were bundling up hay into huge stacks and loading them on big lorries to take away, but before they went on the lorries they just stood in huge sort of spires right next to where we were walking. So Haystack Farm it is. Now this must be the end of Wetherby Road. Interestingly enough though, we have come a very long way out here. We must be out now as far as Rudding Park. I would have thought that's what those area of trees are over there. The And that means we are actually still sort of on course for Plumpton, although the signpost at the bottom here is pointing me back down the road, and if it's a straight all the way back down, then we're still not going to get anywhere near it, but we'll see.